Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Today on the news, we are going to be talking about Google going mad. They're all over the place. One eyeball's up, one eyeball's down. They must be wearing the Mad Hatter's hat. So yeah, absolutely. Hey, Tech Lore, Ghost in it. How's it going, my man? All right, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about Google going mad today, and I just decided, like, let's just talk about Google going mad because it's literally every category tonight, except my category, which I have one article, has Google in it somewhere. So we got lots of Google going on. So before we start, let's go ahead and jump on into them comments. How's everybody doing tonight? Kabylian Sciences, I do not remember seeing you before. Greetings and hello to you. Now, an Internet Bill of Rights is being discussed in Congress. Yeah, somebody just sent me that. And I think that would be a great standalone topic for tomorrow morning's live stream. So that's approximately 12:30 Eastern time tomorrow. I will be talking about that in more detail, mostly because I have a lot of thoughts to be said about that. So, and it came in after I was already had most of my news prepared. And so, yeah, we will be looking at that, but we'll be looking at that tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for that. And thank you to whomever sent me the message. I think they sent it on email. Thank you for that. I did not get a chance to read all of it yet, just did a brief summary of it. So thank you. Wingate, hello. And Dennis Tenhoove, hello there. Let's see. Upside Internet Bill of Rights is pro-citizen, not pro-corporation or pro-government, yeah. And I want to take some time and read into it a little bit more and understand a little bit better. Thomas Holt, hello. Q1 Fiend, greetings to you. Stacy Lester, hello there. Bite My Vape, greetings. Bite My Vape, gotta stick around for the last article because we're talking about some vapes. We're talking about some vapes in my category. Sourage, searching the Internet Bill of Rights brought me to the whitehouse.gov website with a petition. Yeah, don't worry about those petitions on whitehouse.gov. They're pretty much meaningless. Hunger Guy, greetings, and meow to you. It's a mad, mad world. Yes, it is. I don't trust Google. The whole company's a bunch of, I don't know if they're racists. I mean, that's a hard label to put on somebody. I mean, unless you're talking about they may not like white people, which is why they're excluding hiring more white people right now. But, you know, doing good, me Christian. All right, Mill, how's it going there? Robert Fitzpatrick, hello there. How are you? Mad with power, you say? Of course, I went mad with power. Ever go mad without power? It's boring. No one listens to you. I have my popcorn and fire extinguisher ready. We are going to need that fire extinguisher. Let's see. Greetings, Benjamin. How's it going there? Just look up James Damore memo if you want your eyes open. Yep, and that was a fascinating memo. Yes, it was. Snazzy Butterfly, hello there. Daniel, greetings. Don't listen to the lefty talking heads. I don't listen to the righty talking heads either. They're both crazy. Once you get outside the main distribution bell curve, you're nuts. I don't care which side you're on. You're nuts. Equal opportunity offender. That's what we are over here. All right, hello, K02610, your number is up. TSM, hello, Google equals the Führer of the net. That's right. Mengello, ooh, Jello, just don't tell Cosme. K02610 is installing Windows, block you, no kidding. All right, the way American law reads corporations are judged as a person. Yeah, and there's actually a fascinating story. You know what turned the tables on that? It was actually movie entertainment is what turned the tables on that. Crazy. I'm on Linux and just went back to GNOME 3. I'm a little gnome. Yeah, there's that Pink Floyd gnome song. I'll have to listen to that again. I'll have to find a clip from that. We Speak CAD, greetings. Just completed watching a documentary called Terms and Conditions May Apply. That is awesome. That is an awesome documentary. I've not seen that freely available for a while. But yes, if you get a chance to watch that documentary called Terms and Conditions May Apply, it is absolutely phenomenal. Love that thing. Check it out. Thomas, A2 hosting good for someone who's never built a website. Eric, you need to, okay, so if you're talking about somebody who's never built a website, A2 hosting is a cPanel among other host and control panels. It's who I use personally. They're very good. But they're not a company like Squarespace or Wix or things like that that propose to be able to be a place where you create an account and create your own website. there is no good, easy option. Even those things, they're not particularly good for building a website. The best thing to do is know something about it or be willing to hire somebody to build you a website. If you want something like a simple blog, get A2 hosting, install WordPress on it through the Fantastico or Deluxe or whatever they have. I forget what they're using. I think they might be using, I think those are both died. I think it's on Softaculous now. Install WordPress, install a simple WordPress theme and configure it. That's the easy route that you want to do. But I use A2 hosting, and if you want to use A2 hosting, I actually have an affiliate account from them. I'll go ahead and drop it in the comment thread right here. tlm.li/A2H. That is my affiliate account for A2 hosting. In fact, I think I have, let me come over here and do https://thinklifemedia.li/A2H. And for some reason my internet seems a little slow today. I don't know why. But over here, this is my A2H hosting account there. Affiliate link, which is tlm.li. That stands for Think Life Media Link. That's my in-house link shortener, /A2H. I also have one for SiteGround, which is SGH, and I have InMotion Hosting, which is IMH. So I use these guys personally. The shared hosting is a pretty good deal. Now it says $392, was $899. So the $899 is if you buy it month to month, I believe. The $392 is if you buy it this month, and then you'll get a discount depending on how much you want to pay for in advance. I usually do 6 months in advance. I do a VPS hosting. Is what I run several of my different websites on, so that's what we have. Then of course you can install any of these platforms on top of it as well, and so that is kind of what you can do for hosting. So that is definitely who I recommend for hosting. The other ones, of course, SiteGround is a good hosting company as well. So that is something to keep in mind. But yeah, they're good, but if you never build a website, you're going to need some help. So I highly recommend either going a WordPress route where it's easy to run, or hiring a developer, even if it's for consultation. I do simple consultations. I could do like, I can just give you some simple steps through, watch some WordPress tutorials. I can give you, hourly just guidance if you need something like that. Reach out on my web form for that. Customized my GNOME 3 a bit yesterday. I'm liking it more now. Dash dock, arc menu, and some themes. Loving it. Very cool. Very cool. True that. Lefty extremists and rightly extremists are both distasteful. Both crazy. Hello, Spin Viking. Greetings. I'm in the middle. State of politics. Yeah, if only we can get our politics out of our life. But where can I find it? I do not know where to get it freely available now. Oh, it's on YouTube now. Okay, maybe it's on YouTube now. That's cool. I'll have to look for it again. Yes, American politics have a habit of titling their legislation just opposite of what is intended to do. I have to watch that tomorrow. Sounds like something that would keep me awake all night biting my nails. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is the one I think we're talking about. Yep. What software do you recommend for video editing? I use Kdenlive. In fact, fun update. OpenShot on Linux is now asking for, it is now asking to collect metadata from you. No. I opened it up today just because I needed to do a quick video check. And I'm like, I haven't done OpenShot for a while. Open it up to just do a quick look. Holy moly, the thing's asking for data collection. So, nope, uninstall OpenShot. Be done with it. Use Kdenlive. The man in the high castle. LOL. All right. Okay. Kdenlive. Yep. Hello, Joe. Greetings there. Where's the kitty at? He is sitting over here. Hi, kitty. They're asking about you. You'll see him tonight. Oh, he's going to come up. Are you going to come back up? Want to come back up? You can come back up if you want. People are asking about you. Oh, there's the kitty. Hello, everyone. All right. Well, we got a quorum on today, about 10 minutes in. All right, we're going to jump into the news. If anybody wants to keep track of either the timestamps when we start each section, or if you're more ambitious, the timestamps when we start each article and keep track of those, paste them as a comment after the video is uploaded. I'll pin some of those comments at the top and maybe copy some into the description so that people can find the topics better throughout there. If anybody wants to do that, please do so. The more the merrier. What kind of kitty is that? He is a good old-fashioned American barn cat mutt, right? You're a mutt kitty, but he's a good kitty. He has a sister too. She's very camera shy. He loves the camera. She's camera shy, so you generally only see this guy. All right, we're going to go ahead and mark my comments there, and we're going to jump on into our first topic is privacy. So I put this in privacy because it raised, there was an interesting debate regarding the BetterHelp Today. Philip DeFranco, I think Boogie was pushing it as well. A couple other high-profile YouTubers have been pushing it. And basically, it's a company that came out of absolutely nowhere, became a big deal because they bought into the affiliate group linking in. So there was a big controversy, you know, is DeFranco owning part of the company, or who's pushing it, or why are they, and all that. So, but the thing is that part of their terms and conditions was a CYB, you know, cover your bases. Part of their terms and conditions that says, hey, the people you're talking to may not actually be qualified. That kind of caused a little stink. And because people were paying money basically to talk to a therapist that may or may not have been a therapist. Now, the company came out and said, no, literally everyone is. They have a strong vetting process to make sure everybody is valid and stays up on their credentials. Basically I was in the terms and conditions, which to my understanding, they took it out. But this is another company much like it. I imagine they probably have something similar. I didn't read through their terms and conditions, but I brought this up because there was an article from Verge. Mental health startup Basis wants to replace therapy, but mostly provide a friend for a fee. And what was funny is they didn't mention BetterHelp Today in this article that I recall seeing. And so what this is, basically it's an app where you can get online and same-day access to a trained therapist, $35 a session. So you have a 45-minute video or phone call. You'll have perspective and actionable steps. Basically, this is a group of startup apps, this being one, BetterHelp Today being one, where you can utilize your smartphone and basically talk to somebody online about your problems without ever having to leave or, you know, go to a counseling office and things like this. And I think this is a fascinating area because we're getting to this point where the internet has become so integral in our lives, social media is so integral in our lives that we have forgotten and forsaken our actual real physical friendships. All right. And so what happens is that we're starving for attention. We're starving for anything good. We're starving at all. And then what ends up happening is that we will get to this point where we're starved for any form of contact, any form of anything. And so now we're paying to have basic friends. That was kind of like, ugh. Was this on Shark Tank? I don't know. I don't know at all. Let's see. But that was kind of that. I just think this is a little weird. And basically, I think this article's right. You're basically paying $35 for an internet friend. Guys, I have fun news for you. We become so crazy about counselors. And yeah, there's times you need to talk to a counselor. But for crying out loud, most of our counseling stuff would be taken care of if we actually have friends we can talk about life with. Go make some real friends. Literally. Friends we can talk life with. All right. Amazon's up to its own shenanigans. Of course, now this is announcing two-way communication APIs, unlocking doorbells, basically attaching your doorbells to any of your Alexa telescreen devices. So, you know, all the doorbells, so doorbell, event source, motion sensor for motion sensors, for doorbells, for any of this kind of stuff. And basically what ends up happening here is Amazon, they're engaging in their master race plan. They're engaging in a master race plan in order to sit here and know when you're leaving, when you're not, when someone's ringing the doorbell. Yeah, there's a convenience factor. Guys, if you've not checked out the video today on TechLore's course, so check out TechLore's channel. He's in here in the chat. You can find his name and right-click and view his channel. He's releasing a whole series of privacy courses. One of the video he talked about today looked at the more convenient you want to make your life, the more you're going to have to give up your privacy. I hope this is today's video. And the more you want to take control and maintain privacy, the more inconvenient your life is going to be. But as you look back, it's like, I've taken a lot of steps to maintain privacy while still being a computer nerd, and I found that it's not actually all that inconvenient. It's more inconvenient, guaranteed. Guaranteed. But we have to be willing to give up a little bit of convenience. I'm rather like, okay, someone knocks on the doorbell. Guys, burn the 10 calories it takes to walk to the door and see who it is. And yeah, I understand. Oh, but you may not be home. So what? And yeah, I know it's been a modern thing. You know, thieves, they'll go around, like more thefts occur during the day than at night. You know, it's not very common a burglar's going to break into a house at night. They'll say the same thing. I'm terrified of these people. They might have guns. But with our modern society where everyone's at work, mother, father, everyone's at work, the houses are empty all day long. These guys will come up case neighborhoods, ring doorbells, pound on doors, whatever else, and they find a neighborhood that it looks like people aren't looking out the windows, and maybe the house is covered with a lot of high fences, a lot of bushes, very private, and you go knock on the door, no one's there. That's the prime opportunity for them to break in. I can get some device that you can see who's at the door, whatever else, or communicate. But at the same token, man, this is giving way too much information to Amazon. Way too much information to Amazon. This is just kind of crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. All right. So here, back to the DNA studies. Stop putting your DNA on the internet. Stop giving it to all these companies. This is kind of a follow-up to that Golden State Killer case was cracked, and I'm glad it was cracked. But you know that there is a person who helped crack that case who's now developed an entire business, and she does nothing but sift through people's DNA profiles that they've put up online. And while I find it a good thing, to go ahead and it's a good thing to go ahead and understand that police can use this stuff to track people down. I'm glad crimes are being solved. But realize there's not as many cold cases like this as they necessarily want to say. And I'd rather just not give up all of privacy for that. And we're going to get into that. Oh, actually, it's the next article. So we'll put a little marker there in your mind, and then we'll come on in and look at that. But basically, this is an article from Science Magazine that it looks at the long-range impact of this, where pretty much as of right now, nearly everybody can be tracked down to at least a second or third cousin based on the sheer amount of people who have put their DNA in these public databases already. And this data is not private, and this data that is medical data, and it cannot be changed. And who's to say these startup companies don't have an exit plan to gather as much data as they can and then sell off to the highest bidder, which guess what, people, is going to be a health insurance company, and that data is going to be used against you, period. We need to stop. But there's another greater danger here. There are people that certain government powers that be would want to simply put away. That's entirely what RICO was about. RICO was created to get people on crimes that they couldn't track them down to anything else. That's how that came about. And sure, it's good to get known criminals out the street. But here's the problem. The problem is that if in our world where we have a government that is just as corrupt as it can possibly be, all right, then what will happen here is if they want to put somebody away, by the way, when they figure out who it is, the next step to figure out who it is they hire a undercover police team to track the guy. And as soon as you go out and get a Starbucks coffee and toss that thing in the trash can, they take that, lift off the DNA off of that cup, and then use that to actually make the firm match. Well, what happens if they track you and they want to reverse this? They want to track you and plant crime evidence. So they're tracking you. They pick up your stuff before they even have the evidence. They plant the evidence at a crime scene, and then they go back into the database, link it back to you, get another piece of evidence, and put you away for something you never did because evidence was planted at a crime scene. Guys, that type of stuff happens a lot more than we want to admit. And so this is a dangerous thing. This is the place where we need to keep things a little bit more inconvenient. We need to not know who our 15th ancestor is so that we can maintain some sanity in this world and not put all of our DNA in these online databases. For crying out loud, folks. And of course I said, you know, like, I don't know. I forgot my fascinating lead into this. I do need a co-host. Somebody said that before. I need a co-host on this show. All right. Now, this was leaked, and I wanted to get, I didn't talk about this earlier because this was leaked to Breitbart, and Breitbart news is sometimes questionable, might be a little bit too far on, I think they're too far right at times, but this document was leaked to them, and I wanted to hear what Google would say. And Google eventually came out and said specifically about this document, oh, this isn't something we're doing. It's a theoretical document. Theoretical. So they didn't come out and deny it. They basically affirmed this is a real document from them. Therefore, I'm saying, okay, this is a real document. We can now look at it. I take my journalism seriously, yo. I'm not a journalist. I'm a news aggregator. But I'd make sure I don't report false news. I like making sure things are good. And I didn't consider the source right away. I wanted to see Google's response. They didn't vehemently deny this. They basically said, yes, it's real, but it was a theoretical thing. Kind of like the Selfish Ledger was a theoretical thing. Guys, reminder, download the Selfish Ledger. Watch that at least once a month, particularly before you want to give up every bit of thing for convenience to any of these companies. Not just Google, any of these companies. Stop giving up this convenience. I have an offline, no internet chip capability MP3 player, and oh, when I need more MP3s, I actually have to use a wire and plug it into the computer. Lord forbid! Let's stop being lazy, folks. But here's what happened. This document leaked out to Breitbart, and he published all of it online. Google commented saying it was just a theoretical document, just a theoretical document. Which, no, this is not a theoretical document. We're starting to see the signs of this, and it's right in line with that Selfish Ledger. Remember the thesis of the Selfish Ledger. We are going to start by providing you convenient services so that we can collect data, and we're going to start by giving you things that you like. But then in that algorithm, we're going to start mixing it more and more things that we want you to like instead. So basically manipulating your desires into what you want, into what they want. And then it gets more exciting when they fully roll it so that it's collecting the data it wants for humanity's better good. The good of society sometimes requires the loss of an individual. Okay? And that is exactly what this is about. This leads right into this. This is the same exact vein, only instead of saying we're going to direct you in the direction we want you to go, as was the plan in the Selfish Ledger, this model is we are going to police everything down for the better of collective. We are going to silence and censor things for our own good of society's betterment as a whole. Guys, I did finally watch iRobot. I want everybody to go out and watch iRobot, because that is exactly the thesis of the movie. Spoiler alert. For the next 30 seconds, you might want to mute your microphone if you haven't seen it and you don't want to hear the end. Okay? Spoiler. In iRobot, Vicky, the mastermind AI robot, determines that the 3 laws are served best by the computers taking over the people, killing a few of them for the greater betterment and safety of all mankind. End spoiler. That's what we're talking about. So in this, it was basically a argument looking at, no, I don't want a free membership. Can Google protect free speech and police harmful content? Nope. No, because once you have free speech, you automatically open it up to a little bit of challenge. Guys, we need to stop being sheeple. Easy, easy. Oh, convenient, convenient. And we are sheep led to the slaughter. Okay, I'm not saying completely abstain from Google, and while we're on the subject, let's just go ahead and get the argument out of the way because somebody's going to leave me this comment. But you're doing this on YouTube, derp! Guys, I do not have any YouTube or any Google connections outside of my specific businesses. One of my businesses is content creation. Guess what? There is nothing that stays perpetually logged into this stuff that's not specifically used for that. There is nothing in my personal life. I use no Google email address. Guys, hint, you do not have to have a Gmail account to use Google services or YouTube. I do not have any Gmail accounts. You don't have to have them. In the illusion they wanted you to have them, they pushed you to have them, but you do not have to have one. I use nothing in Google for any personal cloud storage. There's no Google connections to my phone. Google does not have my contacts, whether emails or phone numbers. I don't store documents over there. I don't stay perpetually logged in, and they've never even come close to my phone because I won't even consider it. If it's Google. Everything, in fact, Google is blocked on my phone. And everything else runs through the Tor network. Okay? I use Google services for business things, and that is it. And I make sure to have a very clean separation line between my personal life and my business life. That is the way we want to do it right. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on into our comments. All right. All right. Problem is politics injected into everything. TV sports shows. Started watching these Linux shows instead of political stuff to get away from politics on CFC. Yep. I think it's funny that Walt Disney's whitewashing is wearing off. Yep. Can't even find peace from politics in the Linux community now. Yep. There are two types of people in politics. People who want to be left alone and people who won't leave them the heck alone. Yeah. Never heard of mutt when referring to kitties. I know, but my kitty's a mutt. Hello, Tom. How's it going there? Yeah, I think you jumped on really before I started the articles, right around the time I did the articles anyway. See a cold solar join on the upper right of your background. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure which way is the upper right. I'm not sure. But yeah, probably it is a motherboard. It was from a HP Media Center, I think 2005 computer. That's what the motherboard's from, for those curious. Right. Hit that smash that like button. Like that smash button or smash that like button. I think is Mutt, I think is a CLI-based email client. I think it is, yes. Okay, speaking about metadata, you can use mat or xtool to delete them from images. Yep. 2 is found on tails by default. Yes. Greetings, Frost Ranger, the Frozen Realm. Right. Reminds me of the service I heard of years ago where people pay you to basically come over and cuddle with you. Nothing else, just cuddle. Why? Yeah. Yeah. Paid friendship services. Pay you to be my friend. All right. We are friends here. I'm just not paid. Yep. Yep. What did you miss? Not a whole lot. I think you jumped on right about the time I was starting the first articles. Looked up the one on Shark Tank is pretty padded rooms. Yeah, there's a lot of these. Those are the 2 I knew about. Love the new project in 1010. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, check out TechLore's new video project. It is absolutely awesome. Some to the door, I have a dog for that. Yep. Society is lacking so many ways. They've capitalized on supposed friends. So at the door, I have a machete and a metal baseball bat for that. My door stays locked from the moment I get home from work Friday night to the moment I leave Monday morning. Being a computer nerd and privacy-centric is more satisfied than inconvenient. More satisfying than inconvenient. Yep. Just keep trying to change that mindset. Password is mum. Mum's the word, man. Is your dog weak when it comes to raw meat? I don't know. We need Terminator-style robots to defend our neighborhoods. Oh, no, they tried that. There was a movie about it. I think it was RoboCop. Greetings. Everyone join me saying pizza, pizza. He considers strangers raw meat. Amazon Skybox. Yep. Right. I'm on Amazon's wish list. Am I on Amazon's wish list? I don't know. It's all you can do. Section 6 will cover advocacy and how proper to do it. Make an impact on the people around you. My cousin put her DNA on one of those websites only to find out her ancestry and whatnot. So I'm screwed. Just don't commit any crimes or don't get in anybody's way where they want to frame you for any crimes. DNA website should be shut down. I agree. Army has my DNA. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, she's in the Army, too. Forgot about that. Even our body's blueprint could be leaked. Yep. Got her over in Germany right now for whatever reason. Part of me wants a robot. I will just finish playing Detroit. Sad thing with DNA is it affects your entire lineage, past, present, and future. Has multiple endings, but for me, it didn't end well. I think they get DNA with blood tests when you're born. There is some conjecture about that. Yes, really like to know my ancestors, but not at this price. Yep. Hello, Noah. Greetings. That is the problem. Companies outsource developers. Yep. And it's like, ooh, we take your privacy seriously. Those developers in third world countries have to sign agreements not to steal your data. Yeah, I'm going to trust some third-party developer that you're paying the lowest price to. Yep. And that is precisely why I happen to have, oh, Lord, I think I got 4 of them today. Contacts from these scammy vanity publishers. It's like, people, I own my own publishing company now. Leave me alone. You know. Is there an app for peace and quiet? I don't know. Down with Big Sister, too. Yeah. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. Hi, Anna Rita. How are you? All right. Nerds already know my first name, but oh boy, it's become my second home. Road to hell is paved with good intentions. All the power we give to the government to keep things fair will be used to censor and dissent. Well, remember, Barack Obama said, you know, you can't have privacy and security, you know? I mean, and that's the problem, is they're trying to make the whole society perfectly secure. Guys, it ain't going to happen. Let's just have privacy instead. Pizza Lovin' Nerd Guy is probably going to hit 300 this week. If you've not checked out Pizza Lovin' Nerd's channel, go check his channel out and sub to him if you want to sub to him. In fact, if just a couple of you guys who have not subbed to him before have done that, he'll probably jump over tonight if you guys want to. He does some live streams that are usually taken down shortly after, but he does a few tutorials over there as well. So, yeah, check out Pizza Lovin' Nerd's channel. Brilliant, especially for a young person. Start collecting DNA in 88 in all branches of the military. Data is ta-da. Father equals ta-da. Hey, Techlore. Hey, Techlore. Hey, Techlore. Are you trying to summon him like Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Techlore, Techlore, Techlore. All right. There are a great many big sisters in the world today. Oh, Rob, I, Robot is an awesome movie. Started out as an awesome book. Yep. Robots rule, people suck. Cheap and easy is the bait they use to trap everyone. Yes, it is Eric. I have it too. All right. Good at that bang stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm an expert at barnyard animals. Cheap, convenient, kitty. Do you realize YouTube is owned by Google? I didn't know that, man. I just didn't. Really? Are my files safe on Dropbox? I doubt it. It is a United States-based company, and you're putting your files, I believe, unencrypted on somebody else's server. Now, if you encrypt them prior to putting them up there, I'd say yes. Techlore. Dropbox is not necessarily an encrypted service, right? I think Techlore knows the answer to that. specifically. I do not believe they are. I do not believe they are transmitted or stored encrypted. So if somebody hacks it, your files are not theirs. I won't touch Dropbox. I find it annoying. All right. Whoa. Let's see. Feeling 1984 is coming with companies rather than government. But yeah. Well, in reality, it's more like Brave New World, because while companies are doing this, it requires us to do it first. It requires us to buy into the companies. And so as long as we are willing to give up our data for convenience, as long as we are willing to be entertained into a stupor, then yeah, this is what's going to happen. And that is exactly the argument in Brave New World. So 1984 is certainly more well known, but Brave New World is closer to where we are. In reality, Neil Postman nailed it perfectly in his book Amusing Ourselves to Death, because he makes the argument, basically amalgamates 84 and Brave New World, basically saying we're closer to Brave New World, but in reality, we are moving in a direction that is closer to a hybrid between the two. Techlore is trolling. Okay. Anna is nothing more than Anita is nothing more than a joke these days, and the other ones have dropped off the face of the earth. Including Facebook, 6 months, use the weapon against them. Yep. And with a blue check mark on Twitter is a joke. Yeah. Probably not, but I use Dropbox for Minecraft maps and things of little importance. Yep, there you go. So come to someone who gets this comment almost daily on the daily, 100% trolling. Yep. This is the most annoying thing here. I just started deleting the comments. Videos are owned by Google. No, they're still owned by the person who uploads them. Use Google is for the Play Store. I won't even go near that. I use F-Droid. F-Droid, way better than Play Store. Open sourcey stuff. Guess I missed all the excitement, possibly. The 10 types of people in the world, those who understand binary and those who don't. Oh, that's a beautiful joke. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. 50 thumbs up required to... Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. 50 thumbs up required to feed the kitty at the end. All right. I'm on Windows 10 now. I apologize. Yeah, well, ban you. No, okay. Use Linux. In fact, I'm surrounded by Linux machines. I'm watching this on the desktop, so I'm installing Steam games on Linux laptop behind me. Very good. Works for me. I really like Linux, but there's just one game I'm playing right now that I'll probably be done with by the end of the year, and I'm planning on switching permanently to Solus. There you go. Why do so many new computers come with Windows 10? Because Windows has bought the market. Maybe we should ask Alexa to send meat to Google headquarters. Hey Alexa, send unicorn meat to Google headquarters. Confirm. People will never wake up. We already live in a dystopia. Probably. Nintendo, yeah. Yeah, Pizza did a live stream today, playing retro games, and not even an hour later, he had 13 copyright strikes against it. Scumbag Nintendo. Google becomes sentient. It looks like the military will have to bomb California for real. Intentionally going to use Nintendo Wii music in my video about copyright claims. Oh, they're going to claim it, man. They're going to claim it. But it's okay. You're not monetized anyway. Being subsidized by data collection companies. Are tech companies just in data business and not to put out real companies? Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what they are. The products are simply there to subsidize the data collection. That is exactly true. That's why it's so hard to find a product that's not completely internet connected right now. All right, let's see. Just a step away from eugenics. Yes, we are. Right. Okay. Steve Sarkian, the dude. Dropbox uses AES 256-bit encryption on the server side and the rest, so it uses good. Problem is they control the encryption keys. Okay. Okay, so I guess they are encrypted. Okay, thank you, Techlore. I had no idea. So at any point in time, they can gain unauthorized access to the data. Yeah, so I guess that translates to it is transmitted securely, it is stored securely, but they can look at the data at any point in time. That's kind of the summary. Like the iRobot Watch Ex Machina. I will try and remember to look that up. Yeah, use Veracrypt to encrypt the files before uploading them, and that will work as well. In fact, now, if I remember correctly, the latest version of Tails now supports Veracrypt out of the box, I believe. Three types of people in the world: those who can count and those that can't. Yep. Who more mad, Google or Facebook? Hard to say. All right, we are starting in on, we're going to keep the same privacy tab for now because we're talking about the Google privacy stuff from this week. So what happened with Google Plus? So basically, of course, Google tried to produce a social media platform that was very much like Facebook and everything else, and nobody cared for it because it sucks, all in, all out. But nevertheless, Google forced these stupid accounts on people via YouTube and other things. This is the one you couldn't avoid. You could avoid Gmail. You couldn't avoid this crap. But then what happened is they had all these APIs to connect all of this data, and then they decided to come out and do a project called Project Strobe, which was meant to look for vulnerabilities in their data collection system and to make sure that they didn't have anything. So the good news is that it was Google who discovered this. And it was Google that they decided to look into this to begin with, just to make sure, kind of in light of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, to make sure that we don't want that to happen to us. They found out, lo and behold, yeah, that was very easy to happen to us. Their only saving grace is that nobody cared about Google Plus, and so nobody was actually exploiting data precisely. So this is basically the information about Project Strobe. And I'll just go ahead and say that all of my links for this are on the website at SwitchedtoLinux.com. They're all on the article link, so you can find the video and grab the links. So this is basically what are they going to be doing. Like, they found that the Google Plus APIs were basically allowing people to do the same exact things that led up to the Cambridge Analytica scandal with Facebook. So why did they not report it? And this is what the Senate hearing was about. They come under fire. I think that, yes, Google should have definitely reported this. Now, the reason they didn't is because Google discovered it. There was no case where they found where it was actually exploited, and they determined that nobody actually utilized those APIs because Google Plus sucked and nobody was on it. And so for that reason, they justified, at least in their own minds, not telling anybody about it. And so I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really care that they did this. I think they're doing the right thing. They actually patched the code. Now, this is different than the Cambridge Analytica scandal from Facebook, because in the Facebook scandal, I gotta scroll that thing down because these animated GIFs are driving me crazy. All right. Lord, I can't get away from them. All right, we're gonna go back to Project Strobe. Okay, so the Cambridge Analytica case, actual data was actually leaked. For them trying to hide it and cover up was a clear-cut violation of the laws. Already United States laws and for sure European laws. In the Google case, the data was not actually leaked. Nobody was found to have it. Nobody is found to exploit it. It was simply a matter of they found the exploit before anybody used it and they patched it. Same exact thing that happens on Windows computers every single day. Vulnerabilities are found. They're found internally. They're patched internally. While they could have been exploited, they never were exploited. They're patched before anybody realizes the problem. I don't see this as nearly a big deal. I think that they're gathering a lot of big deal about this exclusively on the basis that they didn't tell anybody for 9 months. That for that, I don't know. If you want to pick a battle to fight on the privacy end, this is not the battle to fight. I look at this and go, whatever, I don't care. They found it themselves. They patched it before anybody knew about it. Nobody's information was leaked that we know of or that they know of. Nobody utilized these APIs. So even though theoretically it would have been possible to scrape somebody's data, they don't have any evidence that anybody's data was actually scraped. I look at this and say, who cares? Whatever. Of course, like any of these, and Google Plus users are now getting together a class action lawsuit to sue over this. The problem is, the stories made sensational headlines to say the data was leaked. No, 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 no. We don't have any evidence of data being leaked. Data could have been leaked. Google determined nobody used the APIs. I'm going to believe them on face value for now because I haven't seen evidence to the contrary. So what happened is a potential leaked vulnerability was found. It was discussed later on and found later on. And in light of all of these other scandals, people started making a big deal about it. I actually, unless these users can demonstrate that data was actually leaked, I think this lawsuit is going to be a failure. Now, chances are Google will probably settle it out of court, claiming no wrong. That's my thoughts on that. Having looked over everything, I don't necessarily see a problem with this. I think it became kind of a problem in light of the Cambridge Analytica type stuff. But at the same token, I just don't see see anything here that's like seriously, oh, they did bad. Guys, stop giving Google too much data on your life. Just because a web screen pops up like, hey, 3 of your friends are in London. Do you live in London too? You don't have to answer. And this is something I think our school systems is definitely damaging our children, where we're teaching them to enter anything that pops up on a screen. It is phishing target's dream. This is why phishing is so profitable in our modern age, because we've trained our children to not care and not look into it, and that is stupidity. That is stupidity. All right, we're not done with Google yet, by the way, though, guys. There's more Google stuff coming on down the line, but we have a couple more comments. All right. Hello, I believe that's Carbon Programmer. A long time no see, sir. How's it going, my man? Eating pizza rolls. Tasty pizza rolls. Pizza rolls rock. Hey, pizza, if you do cartwheels, do they call you pizza rolls? Ooh, there you go. All right. Lester home without a pizza roll is a devoid home of love. I actually made homemade pizza rolls not long ago. It's kind of fun. I give pamphlet, you ask for phone number? What? Hello, Sleepy Eyes Vince. How's it going there? Oh, and then don't wear blue or green shirt if you use a green screen. Just saying. Really? You can wear blue if you're using a green screen or green if you're using a blue screen. Just don't wear a green shirt on a blue screen. That's yeah, the reality of it all. The reality of it all. What'd you miss? The first couple sections you missed. Just subscribe to Pizza Lovers channel. Only 3 more needed for 300, guys. Show pizza some love. All right. Google G Plus is slowly shutting down. Yes, they are shutting themselves down. All right. My question, since every Google product is connected to one login, if Google Plus has vulnerabilities, would that mean so is every other product since they're all integrated? Not to my understanding. To my understanding, the way this would work is that it was kind of like with Facebook, where you could share certain informations as public or private based upon it. It was because it was a social network, and that was kind of the way it worked. Great, I'm in pre-cal right now, and AP Chem. Sweet, very awesome, very cool. AP Chem, yeah, good stuff. Yes, Google tried to force everyone onto Google+. Yep. Very hard to deprogram yourself from giving information once it becomes normal. Even door-to-door salespeople are asking for names. Still, sometimes I slip up. Yep, Joe Bob, Henry Bob, Squanto Jones IV. I am programmed. Once fast food restaurants start to be like, whoa, what's your name, please? Like, none of your business. None of your business. Okay, it is way more convenient to go to McDonald's if they want to call out, Tom, your order's ready. It's way more convenient for them to call out order 362, because when some guy with a weird name shows up, they're not stumbling over it. Order numbers, oh, I know, they may be more impersonal. It's McDonald's, for crying out loud. You don't need to make it personal. So I train myself. Some fast food restaurant asked me my name, literally. Joe Bob Henry Bob Squanto Jones IV. That's exactly what I say. It's hilarious. And when people like what? It's Joe Bob Henry Bob Squadron Jones IV. I sometimes say you can just call me Joe. And it was actually funny because that name stuck when I was teaching a Chinese youth group once. I get in there and I think I said that at one point in time. Like, oh, Joe Bob Henry Bob Squadron Jones IV or whatever. And so literally all the kids just started calling me Joe. It's kind of funny. Pizza ate dinner. Pizza ate himself for dinner. You start page more and more nowadays, especially since cell phone browsers all default to Google. Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I saw another article on DuckDuckGo just passed, I don't know, like 10 million daily search or something. I forget what it is. But then it's like, oh, everyone's like, oh, just use this. There's no other good engine. Like, no, start page is way better than DuckDuckGo. It gives you Google results without giving any Google data to Google. Because Google still gives the best search results. There's a reason it's number one. So I steer people towards start page. Google is White Eagle cruising IT Earth. Is it true that No Child Left Behind hinders achievers in school? I believe that is the case. Because what ends up happening is the classroom will have to slow down in order to make sure everyone is on the same page. That means that you can get into fewer, more difficult subjects. I have live sub count open. All right. All right. Hey, pizza hit 300. Woohoo! Pizza hit 300. All right. Very cool. Observer is the 300 sub. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Good evening. Just got home from the very left-leaning, nonsensical English composition class. I thought I was taking class to better my English comprehension. No, you were taking the class to be indoctrinated into the left side of the world. Waiting for Subbox tit $2.99 to swipe 300. Favorite fake name is George Berkowitz. I don't know where I got it, but I've used it for the ages. Also, I live on 666 Hell Drive in Hell, Michigan, when they want my address. There you go. When I go to Starbucks, I give them fake names. I identify as McDonald's the fourth. An AP chemistry teacher complains school teachers often give assignments that are 2 to 5 years below grade levels. I agree. I'm not an order number. I'm a human being. Julius Caesar II. Your Amazon video looks good, but I use the app, so I'm dreading what you will unveil. Yeah, if you have an Alexa, turn it off before you watch my video on Amazon. You will find yourself with several cases of unicorn meat. Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. My father uses obscure names at fast food restaurants, most notably Mr. Wonderful. DuckDuckGo has a better UI. I disagree. I hate their UI, although it's getting a lot better. DuckDuckGo is based in USA. Wouldn't trust them with my data, to be honest. Yeah, they're in Pittsburgh, I believe. I'm in Chinese class. When I talk in more advanced Chinese, people complain. Yeah. You heard about the new Google Bacon? Every customer that walks in a shop with bacon, it'll make a log of them to the shop's host device. What? Beacon? Bacon? Is this a new Google Beacon, not bacon? Come on, man. I want Google Bacon now. All right, but Google Beacon. Every customer that walks into a shop with Google Beacon, it'll make a log of the shop's host device. Yes. Yes, I have, and that's terrifying. Quant is an interesting search engine, but I stopped using it because I kept saying that I was using it too often. Yeah. Let's go. Search results are localized for the U.S. Fast food wants us to use their apps now. Yep. Even our McDonald's in our town now, they change it so it's actually weird and inconvenient to go to the cash register. They want you to push you towards the automated ordering kiosk. It's like, no. 30% discount off my order and I'll think about it. How do we even survive without Wi-Fi? On top of that, we don't know this technology is. Yeah. Next live show, everyone eat pizza. What's your name? Sailboat. We have a Hell, Michigan here. There you go. If the 666 Hell Lane passes it up, what was the address from on Nightmare on Elm Street? I think it wasn't at 666 Elm Street. I thought it was something different. But use that. I don't have one when I asked the name what they called out. Nice. I have a link of a guy spending $40 at McDonald's in Rome. Pizza, pizza, pizza times 300. All right. Students these days are 3 to 5 grade lowers below average. Hey, Red Falcon Run's on, everybody. Check out redfalconrun.com. That's my brother. He also streams on the service that shall not be named, /Mabin Game, Mabis Games. So yeah, go ahead and check those out. So particularly if you're interested in 3D animating, basically using, what do you use? 3ds, you use Unreal Engine, right? I think you're using Unreal Engine. Whatever, Red Falcon Run, he does a lot of really cool stuff, and he's working on a game that's to be released in the next couple months that looks pretty cool, so you can check out the streams. It's what is it, Twitch TV's /Mabis Games. You can check his out. He usually streams in the afternoon. All right, my boyfriend keeps laughing at me because SwitchedtoLinux commented on my pizza roll comment. On positive 666, Hell Drive doesn't exist. I think leftist culture may be making people more anti-competitive. Their name change going back the way you use the internet in the 90s now. Geez, Nightmare on Elm Street. I need a marathon those for Halloween night. Yeah. So went to McDonald's for the first time in a while and surprised to see 4 touchscreen ordering kiosks. Yep. There is a 666 Devil Drive. That's exciting. Tomorrow you're doing a 300 subs special. Very cool. Very cool. What should it be? I don't know, man. Just don't stream more Nintendo games. To register because I wanted meat patties. Yep. 3ds Max, Substance Painter, and Unreal Engine. Yep. Can I stay on until midnight? Probably not. I need to catch up with Red Falcon Run and fix something wrong on the server again. Doesn't Unreal want 30% of profits? Kind of pricey. I think it wants 30% of profits, but it's free to use otherwise. Which is a whole lot better than 3ds Max, which wants $200 a month, regardless of if you make a profit or not. Nexus gets switched to 20,000 subs. Yes. And I will be giving away some mouse pads at 20,000 subs. Let's. I'll talk about that at the end. We're going to jump into our next section, which is business, or as I like to say, corporatocracy. Corporatocracy. Department of Justice approves a $69 billion CVS Atnea merger as the healthcare industry restructures. Lord God. Okay. CVS is the #1 pharmaceutical company, like pharmaceutical distribution company, all right? So pharmaceutical distribution. You go in, they're the #1 place where people get their prescriptions filled. Atnea is the #3 healthcare industry. So now the #3 healthcare industry is merging with the #1 prescription industry, pharmacy industry. Guys, this is not turning into a good thing. All they need is to acquire 1 or 2 of these little DNA sites, and us little people are screwed. This is a problem. Now, they do have to divest. This isn't a pure merger, a clean merger. They both have to divest their Medicaid branch, Medicaid D branch, which basically that they say, well, that you would control way too much of the Medicare industry. So they have to get rid of that, but still, this is $70 billion. Of course, their cashiers are still paid close to minimum wage. All right. And so, yeah, and this is scary. This is scary because what ends up happening is these guys are getting so big. Now, if any other startup comes up, they can buy them out, push them out of the market, and maintain basically not necessarily a monopoly, but more or less an oligarchy. So there's 2 or 3 of them. It allows them to price fix a whole lot easier. Same thing that happens with Comcast and Time Warner Cable. Right? They're the #2 guys. Like, oh, you got 2 big competitors. Yeah, but you can't choose both of them except maybe 2% of the locations. And they make sure that their prices are very consistent and going up. And this is a big deal. This is kind of a problematic thing. Of course, this is a fun one. We already talked about Amazon connecting their APIs to your doorbells. Now they're connecting their APIs to your their smart appliances. So Whole Foods is putting together these packaging things because we have completely lost the ability to cook. Which, by the way, I'm going to attempt to get my next home cooking video, hacks video out tonight, or not tonight, this weekend, which is going to be how to make perfect homemade caramel syrup. Oh, it's amazing. We're going to be doing that. But nobody knows how to cook anymore, so you go into Whole Foods now, you pay probably 3 times as much for a prepackaged all-in-one meal. You bring this home, you put it into your amazing smart microwave, which literally gives you a button that looks like this. Ooh, pre-cooked programs. Whole Foods Markets button. Basically, you get these pre-prepared dishes, pop them in your microwave, push the Whole Foods Market button, and it's done when your microwave texts you. Okay, I made up the text to you part for now. They will, when they're all smart connected, they will be texting you, the thing's done. Well, thank you, microwave. The ding didn't tell me that. Ooh, maybe I was in the other room. Pro tip, if you're microwaving something, why don't you just stick around in the room? It's like that old comedian, right? He talks about Pop-Tarts. If you guys get a chance to read up the side label of Pop-Tarts, I know it's probably not on everybody's reading list. If you pick up some Pop-Tarts, I think they've changed it now. But the instructions used to be like, open Pop-Tart package, discard package, put in toaster, right? But they also had, I kid you not, I looked at it when I first heard this comedian talking about it. It was real back then. They had microwave instructions. Remove Pop-Tarts from package. Place them in the microwave for 2 seconds. And this comedian went all off on this. Guys, if we can't have 2 seconds of our time, we need to reevaluate our lives. Same thing, people. I think now the instructions on Pop-Tarts now say 5 seconds. So literally, there are microwave instructions on Pop-Tarts. Last time I checked, if you have a box of Pop-Tarts laying around, have a look at them and report us. Does it say 2 seconds or does it say 5 seconds? I think it's 5 seconds now. Put them in the microwave it for 5 seconds, and your Pop-Tarts are good to go. Thank you, world. We needed to know how to microwave Pop-Tarts. But I guess some moron would throw them in there for 25 minutes and, you know, cause a microwave fire and whatever else. But anyway, Amazon is now pushing out this information to a few other ones. So they invest in June Oven, leading the future of the smart kitchen. We don't need smart kitchens, people. We need to slow down a little bit, clear out time to go into the kitchen and learn how to cook real food. Without prepackaged stuff, without processed stuff, without things with barcodes from the grocery store. Learn to make real food from real ingredients. Find, if you got the ability in your area, find raw milk farmers, raw egg farmers, local farmers. Support your farmers markets. Support the local economy and stop buying pre-processed crap. And certainly don't go into Whole Foods and buy your individual packaged meals to come home and pop it into your smart microwave to merely push the Whole Foods Market button. God help us. I think this is our last Google article for the day. Google helping parents have the tech talk with their kids. What, we have to now have the tech talk? As if the birds and bees talk wasn't enough. Now we have to have the tech talk. Maybe we have to have 3 talks. The birds and bees talk, the tech talk, and the don't send news to your girlfriend talk! For the crying out loud. Or boyfriend, regardless, whatever. In real life, or IRL, I'm going to need something hard to hit my head on. Pardon me. I have this lovely stainless steel SwitchedtoLinux water bottle. I'm going to be using this. In real life, or IRL, as my son reminds me. We don't need 3-letter words to evaluate the terms in real life. I work hard to ensure my child is safe, confident, and kind. And whether he's chatting with his friends, doing homework, or playing games, I want to make sure the same is true whenever he's online. Pro tip, or never mind, parent tip. Don't let your children be on the internet unsupervised, particularly if they're very young. They could be listening to some raving lunatic like me. However, parents often feel less tech savvy than their kids. Trust me, kids aren't tech savvy either. They're trained in an education system to point and click and not understand and fill out anything. That's not tech savvy. That's sheeple in training. That's what it is, sheeple in training. All right, that's why it's part of October's National Cybersecurity Awareness and National Bullying Prevention Month. We're partnering with National PTA and DonorsChoose.org on 2 new initiatives to help kids be safe and positive online. Emoji. Our goal this year is to reach 5 million kids with Be Internet Awesome! Be Internet Awesome, people! Lord help us. My apologies. I realize that's probably loud. All right. Helping parents teach their kids to make smart decisions. Research shows us that parents want to teach their kids how to be safe online, but are unsure how to get those conversations going. Turn off the television, confiscate the smartphone, and talk about it. We don't need Google to tell us. To help them, we created workshop kits so that parents can teach one another about how to spark productive discussions on digital safety and citizenship. Be Internet Awesome Kit is bilingual, English and Spanish. Includes Google Pixel Book to power the workshop. A presentation developed in partnership with Family Online Safety Institute, including topics on online safety, digital citizenship, and tips and resources to create positive digital experience for your family's needs. Family guides to inspire co-learning at home about online reputation and social sharing, phishing scams, privacy, security, cyberbullying, and inappropriate content. Oh, Lord. Posters for the school to remind students to be Internet Awesome by being smart, alert, strong, kind, and brave. A school banner as recognition for participating in Be Internet Awesome. This is like the worst acronym I've seen since Cash for Clunkers. Supporting our teachers in the classroom. Teachers have a list of needs. All right, guys, if you want to help, Google, if you want to help, why don't you help get people off the internet as much? Why don't you tone this down? Why don't you teach people to turn off the devices and have real conversations, whether that be with friends their own age or with family members or parents? Turn everything off and go outside and play. Literally. Literally. Okay? Literally. This is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. I don't know what to think. Yeah, we have some need to think about internet bullying, but ultimately what we need to do is stop being so dependent on education. Do you guys realize that the tech giants that are making all this tech and foisting us upon us do not let their children near technology? Mark Zuckerberg will not let his children on Facebook, but he wants to create Facebook Messenger for kids to get the rest of our children addicted to Facebook. Gates wouldn't let his computers have kids until they were well into their teens. Same with Jobs. Maybe we need to start following the example of these tech giants and exodusing this stuff from our life. Guys, learn to use technology when it is important, not just because the tech is there. And for crying out loud, stop using stuff for the convenience factor. Make your life a little bit more inconvenient to have real things going on. Quite literally. All right, last article in this section. So we covered this document from the Australian government a few weeks back where they basically were telling tech companies to put in backdoors and weaken encryption and things like this. Well, Apple came out this week with a letter to them basically saying, no, this is a bad idea, and outlining a lot of things to say No, the stronger, if you make encryption really strong, making encryption really strong decreases criminal activity because it makes it harder for criminals to get in and spoof being someone else. Makes it harder for phishers, harder for scammers. And for this document, and it was a 7-page letter, and I did not get a chance to read all of the letter, but they basically came out and said, listen, you need to not ask for backdoors. You need to do real police work. You need to support making encryption stronger because it makes sure that the criminals are not stealing and accessing other people's data for the things that they are doing. This is an important thing to keep in mind. It really is an important thing to keep in mind. Okay? And so kudos to Apple on this. I didn't specifically see anything here. The other things, of course, Apple called them out on is that they called them out on the language being very nebulous and open-ended. They said, we want you to redo this bill and tighten up the language, clarify it so we know exactly what you're talking about. And so this is, this is good. I like the statements that Apple said back, what I read from it. And this is a good move because really understand that the first time one country succeeds in getting this to happen, it is the watershed that will open up backdoors everywhere. And as soon as backdoors are anywhere, it will be less than a week before every criminal enterprise on the dark web has access to that backdoor as well. And that is a bad, bad thing. All right, let's see. The point is, if in Rome, pay $40 for a feast available in Jewish quarters of town. There you go. You have to breach a certain amount of profit, then yes. Okay, yep. Okay, last time I went to McDonald's, they spoke to you inside instead of reaching out of the drive-thru window like you're about to get out of the car just to order a meal. Huh. There's a purgatory gorge here in Massachusetts. Been there, so it turns out Catholics were right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. Hey, that's purgatory though, man. It's not bad. It's not good, Town has one bar and one restaurant. All right. Well, but I want to go to hell and back. I do hear they are having way too much fun with the name. Isn't that the place where you can pay to be mayor or something? Be the mayor of hell. Got 2 McDonald's cheeseburgers in the fridge. I'm doing an experiment to see how long they will last and still be edible. About 30 years. Now all CVS Atnea needs is to be bought by Amazon. Except Amazon's going to be their side competition because remember a couple weeks ago, Amazon bought a big pharmaceutical company. Of course, now the patent's released and approved that now your Alexa will be able to prescribe you drugs. Lord help us. McDonald's is good, but for me, when lazy, just breakfast. There you go. The Egg McMuffins I make at home are way better and way cheaper. Oh yeah, and I make some good Egg McMuffins. Next thing is to invest in hospitals, then in mortuary services. There you go. Is this like a real version of the game where the balls get bigger by combining them with smaller balls? Pretty much, yes. Cradle to grave. Smart microwaves. Oh dear Lord, how hard is it to press a button? Apparently hard. But the Amazon one comes with a popcorn dash button. Oh, we're low on popcorn dash. Popcorn. Just released the Nintendo video. All right. Isn't Whole Foods owned by Amazon now? Yes. Wish I had the time to cook, let alone learn how. I am trying, though. Just sick of processed junk. Yep. See, the thing is, you got to make time. Like, I take about an hour of my day every day, and I don't go near computers. I turn off all tech. I have my low-tech MP3 player, and I go down and I make real food. Sometimes it's prep cooking. Sometimes it's just cooking something. I think right now I have about 6 gallons of ice cream in the freezer. Just because I had some extra cream and I wanted to make a whole lot more ice cream so nothing went bad. So I don't think I need to make ice cream for about a month or so. So I think I have vanilla. I have vanilla butterscotch. I made a chocolate fudge. I have a cookies and cream. I have a strawberry banana swirl. I think that's all I have. So if anyone wants to come over for ice cream, I mean, I got lots. Joe Johnson, greetings. How are you? Maybe food services, and I can provide Soylent Green to the masses. There you go. Reminds me of the push for food, push for canned food after war. Yep, absolutely. That was an amazing, yeah. It's like the movie Short Circuit. What? I missed the movie, about the movie Short Circuit. I don't know. Latest evidence point towards processed foods being one of the biggest factors in obesity. Duh. Yeah. Actually, I mean, a lot of the obesity factor is how much sugar is in our food. Carbs. Whether that's real sugar or whether that's breads, potatoes. Basically, the entire bottom layer of the pyramid. To understand what became the food pyramid, which now we have the plates or whatever it is. What was the food pyramid actually was inverted. It was completely inverted. The problem is the inverted pyramid didn't support the ag industry, and so they literally flipped it upside down. It's the exact same process that farmers use to fatten cows, is what our food is. Our actual food, healthy food, should be high in saturated animal fats and proteins, much lower in carbs and things. That is the food, the diet that we most thrive on. More will put their iPhone in the microwave to charge because someone on Twitter told them. True story, yep. Oh, it's 3 seconds for Pop-Tarts. All right. Microwave Pop-Tarts for 3 seconds. All right, so it's 3 seconds. Wasn't it Pop-Tarts that were causing severe burns on people at one point? I don't know, man. Maybe it was 5 seconds and they cut it down to 3 so they didn't cause severe burns. I love burnt Pop-Tarts, though. Put them in the toaster for a little bit too long. Oh, once it starts to caramelize around the glaze, oh, that's when a Pop-Tart's the best. Some people teach kids the love of good food and cooking. Yep. There's an incentive out of UCSF about that, actually. They're trying to do that. That's what I'm trying to do on my cooking channel. I just wish I had more time for the cooking channel. Half of my diet is food and drinks. 100% of my diet is food and drinks. Well, hopefully it's food and drinks. The question is what kind of food and drinks. Basically, a smart device that dumbs down today's millennials. Yeah. It's like that phone on Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right? It's the starter phone. It calls home and 911. Microwaves were an awesome and awful invention. Magtron tubes are for radar dishes, not dinner dishes. I can spend hours cooking. Sure, it's not convenient, but it sure tastes great. Always on the internet, unsupervised, and you're tech savvy. I've been buying stuff and my girl cooks for me. Kind of sexist to me, but I know teamwork works. Knowing that your school knows what Linux is your prerogative to teach them. How am I supposed to tell a stranger? I did their mom over the internet now. What? People in my school say only 17 people use Linux. People at your school are crazy. Most kids I know have no idea how to navigate a desktop PC. It starts with them poking at the monitor. It's about what my mother does. I suggest filling that bottle with water, placing it in the freezer for a few hours, then hit your head against it. It'll be much more effective. You know, it's pretty hard. It's a stainless steel, so it's hard. Google kind of sounds like Trump. Be internet awesome sounds like just say no from 30 years ago. Yep. Woohoo! Pizza's at 301. Very cool. Tom, why do all your merch bottles have dents? Just this one has a dent. I think I actually just caused that one. I literally think I just dented the water bottle, hitting my head against it. I forget how it got the dent. I think it like fell off the desk or something when it was full. I forget where the dent came from. This one doesn't. No, that's actually, I have this and I have the coffee cup. The coffee cup doesn't have a dent, but it did fall off the car roof once. So no, only that one has a dent. Shirt is shimmering below the elbows. It might be. It's because it's all sparkly. I'm really a sparkly unicorn, people. You didn't know that? Just has magical arms. Yes, because I'm a sparkly unicorn. Google corrupting our kids with their greedy wrinkled claws. 17 people at your school or total in the world? Yeah. He's moved from catching fire to dematerializing now when he gets mad. Yep, I do. Ones with the official Tom head dent sell for an extra $5. Sign-up sheet on the back. Next week's show may be canceled. Crushing fairies with my elbows, yeah. All right. This invisibility cloak is malfunctioning. No, it's my visibility cloak is malfunctioning. I'm of the reptilian alien race. Our appearance is kind of grotesque, so I have to put on this disguise. Children playing with each other out has the biggest impact on how they socialize later in life. Wouldn't let my computers have kids either. Gates never let his kids have computers after Zune. No, just never let him have computers. I wouldn't let my computers... Oh, he never let his computers have kids? Yeah, you know, he wasn't into that AI stuff. Didn't let his kids have computers. Yeah, okay. All right. Don't let my computer stay any later than 10 p.m. Apparently I had a Freudian slip. My worst Freudian slip, I was doing I was preaching at the church I was out west. Pastor was away, so like, hey, can you preach? And I was reading from the scripture, and it said immorality or immortality, and I said immorality instead, which anywhere that says immortality in the Bible is probably a reference to eternal life, and I'm using immorality instead. So that was a good Freudian slip. It's on one of the sermons. I have an audio around here somewhere. It's kind of funny. World panic when the internet goes down as the link into the brain goes down. Everyone doesn't remember how to eat. Yeah. Carmen, that anyone can read Chinese. Yeah. Thank goodness I had so many hard copy knitting knitting books. Yeah, there you go. Very ironic since iPhones have a backdoor now, thanks to Donald. Be internet awesome. More like they took ideas from Donald. Backdoors are one of the worst things you can do for security. Yep. Stupidity in Oz is while the government wants to create backdoors, they also enacted a new law for massive fines for corporations who have privacy breaches. Yep. President alert system is put into place because Apple and FBI, but yet they already have alert systems, but now your phone. Well, the thing is that nobody listens to the radio or watches TV anymore. They had to put it on the phones. McDonald's is fake food. Yes, it is. This always baffled me. McDonald's says 100% real beef. Burger King says 100% more beef, 150% more meat than McDonald's. What? Small business, so I have to be so careful with people's information, unless you get a fine. Yep. Chuck Norris was refused an Egg McMuffin at McDonald's because it was past 11 a.m. He roundhouse kicked it so hard it became a Wendy's. Oh, ouch. I'm on my top chat. Yes, I am on top chat. If I change it to live chat now, I'm going to lose half the things. I have to change it when I get to the bottom. Manjaro KDE plus Wayland plus AMD graphics card works well. No screen tearing so far. Huh, okay. Thought the Microsoft patents didn't include Windows or other products of theirs. You, Alexa, I'm feeling down. Alexa, I'll lower you some antidepressants. That's right. So probably no DirectX for us poor Linux gamers. Yeah. I made lasagna that could turn me into a madman in the mob. Madman or made man? Yes, you are probably the only Mandarin speaker here. Now I know I'm talking about Microsoft patents are open source though, so we won't get direct source code from them to make it better. To my understanding, it was the patents were open sourced for open source projects. So if you had an open source project, you can include the software. That's my understanding. Can't eat fresh vegetables. I buy frozen ones. They seem much fresher than canned ones. Yes. If you can't get fresh vegetables, frozen are the better option. Canned is not a good option generally. Canned, of course, canned is better if, you know, for the end world scenarios. But for the most part, for real healthy eating, fresh or frozen is better. Lots of heavy cream homemade ice cream is good for weight gain also. It depends on how much you eat. But honestly, it's not the cream that causes you to gain weight in ice cream. It's the sugar. Fat does not cause you to get fat. Fat is the best thing that you can eat as far as your body profile is concerned. It's sugar that causes the problem. Sugar and carbs. Sugar being worse than basic carbs, but that's really what causes the issues. The food video on the problems with the old food pyramid would make a good video. Are the millennials really lost? Oh, yeah, they are. 80% of your diet is pizza and nachos. That's not healthy, dude. Gotta get some real in you every now and again, too. But I'm going to make pizza this weekend, now. Cannot escape the illiterate slang that plagues society. It's like people are becoming more illiterate. Yep. You should keep a water bottle in the freezer for weekly news roundup and tinfoil hat times. Yeah, I know. Canned food or dehydrated is good prep food. Yes. Yes, if you do have long-term things, then that's where canned food comes into play. All right, guys, long time. I get locked out of my Proton Mail instead of dealing with support. I just made a new account. Yep. Tom is in the Black Cat. Actually had a dream with Bill Gates in it last night. It was weird. Kept asking him for money. Oh, boy. Well, there's a free tier of Proton Mail and a paid tier. So, yeah. Can attest at least to hatch from the egg thing. We are very, very happy with this progress so far. Yeah. If you're a unicorn, you're asking Alexa to order it yourself. It's because I'm a cannibal. Come on. Cannot escape signs all over the city advertise Cardi B. Such a horrible role model. It even gets worse if you look up her past. I don't know if the nuke is coming for me. I don't really need to know about it. I want to know about the poison cloud, however. Yeah. Need Jamie Oliver. He's ruining our foods and wanting us to be a pack of bones by making pizzas smaller, taxing sugar, and making other foods more and more smaller and higher cost. Cook real food. Tom likes young boys. What? What, Mel? Okay. A Proton Mail account. Only issue I had is it won't work with Linux Mail clients yet. I believe they have an extension that works with either Evolution or Thunderbird. I haven't tested it myself. Realize that the mainstream media will try to pollute your mind and damage you when you're young. Yes, they do. Work in the meat department of supermarkets. I've been trying to look into these things, slowly learning. Fat keeps you fuller longer. I eat eggs and bacon for breakfast and don't eat until 8 to 10 hours later. Yep. Like I have some bagels right now. I just want to get some bagels. Man, you eat a bagel, you're hungry 2 or 3 hours later. It is more calories. Eating the bagel with cream cheese is almost twice the calories as eating 2 fried eggs with 2 slices of bacon. Well, what I do is slice the bacon in half, so it's like 4 little slices of bacon and some grapefruit. I eat bacon and eggs, not hungry until dinner. Eat a bagel, you got to keep eating throughout the day. It's crazy. It's because it's carbs. Born after 1980, so I'm technically included in the millennial generation. I do not identify with them, but that's a fact that's so depressing. Yep. The hockey player, John Cordick, said if he was slashed in the arm, it's okay. They put some chromosome on it. Probably some cortisone on it, too. Later, pizza. Pizza, pizza. I'm embarrassed of my generation. I'm also a millennial. How is a generation that butt chugs cough syrup, eats Tide Pods, and snorts condoms supposed to fix the world's problems. Amen to that. I had a dream about Microsoft configuring Windows updates. 1% complete. Do not turn off your dream. Oh, you'd be in a coma. Parents have never needed to worry about that. I love vegetables, even as a small child, particularly thanks to Popeye eating spinach on TV. I ate oatmeal with a scoop of peanut butter in it to keep me full for a while. Yeah. Made spaghetti for dinner. Hello, Charlie Brown. All right, we have one article left. Where's my crazy one? Yep. I didn't know where else to put this, so I resurrected my Sillyville location. What the crazy, huh? That's right. There is an FDA brief. FDA warns the company illegally selling e-liquid products intended for vaping that contain Viagra, weight loss medicines, and then they falsely claim to be FDA approved. That's all we need to inhale our Viagra. Yeah, that'll kill you pretty quick. And you know what bothers me about this? This is from the FDA. We sent a stern warning. We issued a warning letter to Hello Sig E-Technologies. Guys, you should go back, determine the exact number of people who've bought the things, and give them one count for each sale for illegal distribution of pharmaceuticals. Throw them in jail. They are clearly violating your rules. Don't give them a little warning. Throw somebody in jail. This is a serious deal, putting prescription medications inside of e-cigarettes. Problematic. Zinfandel, Tafadil, they're active pharmaceutical ingredients and FDA-approved prescription drugs used to treat erectile dysfunction. Yeah, they're now going to these e-cigarettes. So these guys here, they claim that they're selling these with FDA approval. They're really not. So the FDA issued them a warning letter. This is why crime pays in America, people. We give too many people too many warnings, when in reality, we need to just tell them, stop it. Holy crap. I don't know what else to do with this article, so I kind of put it there. The company has to respond within 15 working days on how it tends to address the agency's concerns. Failure to correct violations may result in further action as seizure or injunction. No, seize and injunct them now. This is such a blatant violation of a lot of criminal laws here. This is insane. Oh, Lord. Yeah, bite my vape. This one's for you. I mean, what? What? Yeah, sued into the depths of hell sounds like a good plan for these guys. If you want to get next vaping, whatever, I don't care. But holy moly, you want to start selling this stuff with prescription pharmaceuticals in it? Here's a tip for you guys. Inhaling a drug and ingesting a drug are two radically different things. And if you're not right with your doses, you realize that an overdose of Viagra can kill you? Yeah, pretty serious stuff. Pretty serious stuff. All right. So that's what I had to say about that. So what do you guys think? Let's have a look at our final round of comments here. Do I invest in cryptocurrencies? I do not. Going mad. About 8 years too late for that, probably. Factions are responsible for the collectivism of people in society. They divide us and force us to pick a side. Otherwise, they will pick a side for you. Yeah, it's true. Been using Ubuntu almost exclusively for 3 years now, and I'm considering switching to Debian. Are there any pressing things I should know first? Not really. I mean, the only thing in Debian, you're going to get the packages don't roll quite as quickly as they do unless you're using Debian testing, which is also good. I mean, they're not going to release something that's going to break your system. I generally use Debian stable because I don't like things that roll anyway, and there's ways to get the latest packages if you want the latest packages anyway on any particular piece of software. The one thing that I've consistently had an issue with is fixing the volume controls, jumping between different applications. And if you have that problem, shoot me an email and I will track down how to fix it. I actually have a video for it in my catalog somewhere. So no, I encourage you to switch Debian. I think it's awesome. Download the net installer and you can install whichever desktop environment you want on top of it. So that's kind of cool. Definitely. Well, I blame the millennials. They were raised from people from the 60s and 70s. Should teach their kids better morals. Yeah. Never kill cinnamon, especially when your keyboards become unresponsive. Doesn't make you wonder what is in most vaping liquids. Yep. It really seems companies over 1 million are never held accountable, nor these government agencies most of the time. I think there should be a maximum market cap on any company. All right, you have achieved this level of growth and success. You're not allowed to get any bigger. Be a good plan. Definitely do away with the oligarchy crap we got and corporatocracy crap. At least seems like companies are... Okay, let's see. These guys should have been sued into the depths of hell. I remember choosing a table to sit at first day of school, and I discovered very soon the people who sat at the table were all perverts. And I left the table to sit alone at a small table. Yeah. Probably getting a Nexus 5X and flash lineage onto it. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, smoke to get a stiffy. That's right. Hey, Sleepy Eyes Vince, keep up the great work. Thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate it. Right. In AU, they increase prices for tobacco and drop it on Opofoid. Is that a vaping liquid? I have no idea what Opofoid is. Bend them over and sew them up the arse with apple in the mouth. Ooh, vaping cures intelligence. See a bunch of teens vaping cigarettes. I hear banjo. I was wondering why I got a lump in my pants when I vape. Oh, yes, we live in a dyslexic society. Well, you know, I mean, not only that, we live in a dyslexic and a very agnostic society. It reminds me, there was this insomniatic, dyslexic agnostic. He stayed up all night wondering if there really was a dog. Why do I need to stay on until midnight, Noah? That's like an hour and 20 minutes. I hit my last article. Yeah, give me a really good impelling reason why. Not in public schools, I hope, especially near kids, yeah. Wanted to test one out. Test what out? It's all intentional. They flavor the cigarettes to target teenagers. They target the adult entertainment films toward teenagers. They do it to corrupt future generations. Absolutely. Yeah. There's an entire book written about that by Tammy Bruce in the, was it 80s or 90s, I think. We also live in a world that lasts 8 years that feelings of the mentally unwell overwrite science and biology and logic. Yes, that is true. Bare bones and Ubuntu. I like bare bones, though. You might need to get specific. Non-free ISO, though. Yeah, it depends if you want free or non-free. There's different considerations for each of those. Coca-Cola is planning on putting marijuana in Coke. Really? Joe, would you email me an article about that? I really want to read that if you got to find one. See you later, Tech Lore. Socialism is actually a mental distortion of reality leading to mental issues. Control-Alt-Backspace is a better way to restart Cinnamon if it goes unresponsive. Exactly. Socialism has affected feminism since the 90s. Yeah, feminism started as a right-wing group to battle abortion. Go figure. Talk about the flip of the coin. Wonder why they introduced drugs and birds and bees to young people like me. Now I know. Yeah, I mean, DARE teaches more people how to use drugs than it does teach anybody to get off of them. Can I still join the Patreon stream if I support you via Think Life Media? Yes, Quint. Actually, I sent you an email back. I will. You were the first person to request that I put links on Think Life Media as well, and everyone else who had expressed an interest in jumping on the show was already on Patreon. That's why I put it there. Next week, I will make sure that I'll make sure that either A, I get the patron stream information on Think Life Media, or B, I will make sure I have an email to direct link that to you. So yes, if you are, the idea behind Think Life Media is that you can support me on either platform, and it doesn't matter which one, you basically have the same perks. And so yes, I did send you an email back. I'm not sure if you got it yet or not, but yeah, that is definitely the case. Absolutely. So, and I will be doing the next one, should be 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. See, Mozilla is spending thousands of dollars on ethics. I did, and it scares the bejeebers out of me. Mozilla is starting to be a scary company. Things I learned is when you realize people try to screw you over, is to have to say blank you and leave. Yep. You can also, Joe, leave it as a comment in this video or on any video. I'll get it if you leave as a comment. I won't get it if you put it here in the live chat. But if you put it as a comment on a video, I'll also get the article. Friend is 18. He only smokes for the orange flavor. Wow. Guess getting high from Coke is now a real thing. Yeah, they did. Well, no, originally it wasn't cannabis they put in Coke. It was cocaine they put in Coke originally. Did you hear Amazon developed an AI for hiring people on merit without looking at people's names or genders? They canceled the project as only males were employed. You know, that wouldn't make the SJWs happy, would it? A few years later, they took it out and hid that part of history. Huh. Literally defies the science of natural variation and natural selection. Coca-Cola started by having cocaine in it. Yep. Get 100% of the money when someone supports through Think Life Media. I get supporting through Think Life Media. It is through PayPal currently. I want to put other means of support in there as well, but I haven't found another better good way to do it yet. So if you do the $1, I only see 33 cents because a low price transaction through PayPal is extraordinarily expensive. Anything over $1, PayPal only takes 3.2%. And so that's why I went with doing Think Life Media. And that's also why I added the bonus discount for a year of support at a time through Think Life Media. Because if you do a year of support at the $1 tier, I think it only costs you $10, so you get 2 months free. Or maybe it's $11, 1 month free. I think it's 1 month free no matter which one you do. And so you process an $11, which is $1 support for a year, and then I'll get the vastest majority of that. The only one that I don't get the majority of it is through PayPal. Or through the $1 one, because the low cost, I found the same thing happen on Amazon. When I released my book for the introductory period at 99 cents, every time one of those sold, I only got 33 cents profit. Amazon got 66 cents for my book. So I will never be releasing a book at 99 cents again unless I have a real payment processor in place where I still see the majority of it. So I'll probably be releasing books at a discounted rate of maybe like $1.99 because I'll still get the greater percentage of that. That's kind of that. It's just dealing with small transactions. I don't get much. Small transactions, $1 transactions, definitely better to do it on Patreon. Anything over the small transactions, better on Think Life Media. Yep. Okay, cocaine and similar drugs were not only legal back then, but being pushed by doctors as valid prescriptions. Mozilla is pure. Maybe pure evil, I don't know. See, they hired a feminist for Doctor Who 2015, season 11, massive kickback. Doctor Who, Star Trek, War Gift. No, I didn't see that because I don't care for Doctor Who. Ooh, blasphemy. I don't watch TV. Better for me to side with the anti-adult industry Christians than the mainstream illiterate majority. Yep. Mozilla and George Soros are friends. That was not verified, but I don't know. Just posting a link in the comments from the last video. Thank you, Joe. I will have a look at it when I can. Everyone needs to make a living, so does people at Firefox. But the problem is, and I did an entire video about this. I believe it's called Can We Trust Mozilla? Watch that video because Mozilla has several core tenets that a lot of what they're doing right now violate those core tenets. So yes, they need to make money, but they need to figure out a way to do it that does not violate their core tenets. Or they need to abandon their core tenets. Glad I left the table of idiots. They just make a bunch of perverted jokes, act like perverts, and fool around. Yep. Just in Chromium on passwords to keyring. What's up with that? Chromium, depending on your distro, Chromium usually does ask for a password for keyring. It depends on the distro. Like Manjaro, it does. Like the deepened desktop environment, it does. Solus, I do not remember if it did. Linux Mint, it does not. It depends on... Oh, you know what? Also, Daniel, it depends on if you are logging into your desktop. I actually think that's the difference. If you're setting your desktop to log in automatically, Chromium should ask you for a password for a keyring. If you are actually entering a password to log into your desktop, then it should automatically take the keyring from your password login. I think that's the difference. I think Spain, Amazon workers are having a protest against abysmal working conditions. They were all fired. Yep. How do you get F-Droid on a Galaxy S7 Edge? You simply go to the F-Droid website and download it. Yep. You might need to enable on the Galaxy 7 Edge. You might have to go into your settings. I think it's under Settings Advanced, and you need to enable installing third-party applications. Yep, you hear that payment processing companies are stuffing over Gab, Minds, and LibrePay and BitChute. Yes, I did hear some about that. I haven't heard about it for a while. But yep. Smoking was also once a treatment recommended by doctors. Very true. I never got some Christians. They are anti-porn, yet virtually killing on video games is totally fine. It depends upon... there's a lot to do with that, Charlie. Some of it deals with... pornography itself is a greater stimulation into sexual sins, which is defined as a greater degree of sin than other sins in Christianity. Several Christians do have a problem with killing on video games. Some of them don't care quite as much. Some of them, it depends on the context. Some of it depends on everything else. The heart of your question is, I'd rather my kids see people making love than see people killing. And it's a farcical argument, mostly on the basis that pornography itself is not people in love. It is an industry that objectifies people to make profit and leads to a lot of serious problems in our society. That's a reality of what pornography does. But some Christians have a problem with killing on video games, others don't. And so it kind of depends. See you later, Saddle Ridge. Told one of my classmates who's being corrupted by all the mainstream media. I think it was Mozilla supported Rise. I think Rise Up, which is a Soros-funded activist group. Well, no, Mozilla, I don't know if Soros is involved in Rise Up, but Rise Up is an anarchist group. Yes, and that was a big problem. Yep. If you Google doctors prefer camels for a laugh, yeah. It's like Mozilla isn't held accountable like so many lately, yep. Told him about the friends. He went into the jail, still in jail over adult films. He still did not take me seriously and thinks it'll never happen to him yet. Also, I think some desktop managers, what you log in with, doesn't work properly with some desktop environments. Yeah. If you ultimately, Dan, if you log into the desktop environment it should not ask you for the password. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Had to downgrade Windows 10 to Windows 7 and discovered the Atheros Wi-Fi card is not recognized on install. So Mint 19 scores over Windows. Windows 7 is not as good as you remember it. Yeah. None of my classmates take me seriously when I warn them. Yeah, best you can do though is warn them. That's it. Better yet is Octopi or Pac-Man for your Pac-Man manager. Oxycodone got reduced for my chronic pains by the president. I'm taking Craptum for pain, which is somewhat reduce the swelling. Others in the 90s were right about those monsters' intentions. Yeah. It's my objective view on Linus stepping down for a while. I don't really have a view on it specifically. I agree the evidence is paramounting that he did something that somebody didn't like that kind of said, hey, if you don't step down, we're going to expose you to the world. But I don't really have a thought otherwise because I don't get that far into the deep end code end of Linux. Greetings, Nick. How are you? We are doing well. To your point, but disagree. What's the difference from paid pro or marriage? Isn't the same thing. No, I would disagree. It's the same thing. I think, though, I mean, yeah, that's probably an argument for another day. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see. People on the table I left just laughing when I tell them the truth. Yep. There's an old expression, pigs don't know pigs stink. Windows 10 is Windows 7 is an upgrade. Yep. Heard today that Google Plus is going down by the company itself. So what's the issue? So I'm like, yes. Google is shutting down Google Plus because nobody cared about it and there were too many API vulnerabilities that would leak private data, and so they're closing it down. Sad to see where things are going in today's world. Yep. Schwaller was my main issue with Arch and KDE for a while. I installed Trizen and I think it was compatible with Octopi. I started getting updates for Arch user repository and Octopi all of a sudden. And non-pharmaceutical management as well. Any word when Linus will come back? Some people say he probably won't. How do you put F-Droid on a device after you download it? You install it. It's an app. In the hospital a few years ago, they gave me a big bottle of Evoxycodone as a going away present. Oh, Lord. Gave a marriage in 2000, gone monk since 2001, MG toe for the last 2 years. Hamburger menu in the top right corner, click preferences, enter password, and those options, you should be an option for the menu where you can enable it. All right. All right, well, let's go ahead and engage in everybody's favorite part. Ooh. Unofficially brought to you by Temptations. Hint, hint, hint. Roar. Come on up, buddy. Yeah. You ready for your Temptations? You ready for your kitty treats? Are ya? You ready for kitty treats? Gotta find my feed the kitty cam. Okay, which one's this one? All right. Go on, stick your face in there. Yeah, did you get one? Yeah, you did. You got one. Here, right here. Right there, buddy. Aw, and let's get you one more for this camera. Whoa, hold on, buddy. Right here. Gotta get it for the camera. There you go. Yeah, is that good? Are they finger looking good? Are they finger looking good? Are they? Yes, they are. They're finger looking good. Yes, they are. All right. We don't have 50 likes yet. Really? We have 82 folks watching right now. We don't have 50 likes? What? Anon T, hello. Greetings. All right. How can't find it? I think it's under apps. Let's have a look. Of course, I don't have a Galaxy, but it should be about the same place, depending too on your OS. No, it's not there. Yeah, when you download it, Noah, you have to find it in the file manager. Look for it in the file manager, and once you have it in the file manager, then what you're going to want to do is just click it in the file manager. And if the permissions aren't set, you have to toggle the permission to enable it. I don't know where it is. You'd have to look it up. Particularly for a Galaxy phone, it might be somewhere different. But you have to enable the ability to install an application from a side-loaded application, and then you install it. So if you can't find it, you might just have to do an internet search for it. How to install an app on a Galaxy S7. Comes from a tree in Thailand. It's not Pharmaceutical. Trying to learn Chinese and other useful skills so I can be more prepared and have something to land on when things go down the drain. Yep. CJ submits to temptation. Yes, he does. Okay, thank you for help, by the way. You are welcome. Kitty loves the processed treats. Bye if you can't beat them. I can't beat them. There, I bod. All right. Setting security unknown sources. Okay, thank you, Snazzy. Kitty gets a bonus treat when Tom hits 20,000. That's right. That's right. Eldritch, I'm running Arch, but I rarely ever use Octopi. Or videos about Crampton and the Red Vein Crampton for the past. If you spend your time when you're young doing drugs, looking at Playboy and fooling around, what are you going to have to do when things go downhill to fall back on? Yeah. CJ's getting cuter and cuter. That's right. You're getting cuter and cuter, aren't you? Say cats are the whole reason the internet exists. Probably. Your girl is watching you, CJ. Ooh, your girl's watching you. Hi, girl. How are you? Okay, she likes what she sees. All right. All right, Nick Schwaller, try. Since I started using i3, Pawman has been acting weird. The internet is made of cats or for cats? Kitties control the back end. We're just the servants. That's right. You're right. You control the back end. You control it around here, don't you? Too bad I get such an allergic reaction to cats. Yeah. Our choose repository used to show up in the package manager crap. Went with KDE. I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, they have hairless cats, but I think they're ugly as sin. Software using to put this live production together. I'm using OBS. And we are on Linux Mint Cinnamon. You were right, by the way. Proton really helped me get my Win games on Steam to play Linux. Good. Very good. Okay, I'm sure there's a way to get that running on Arch 2. Check with Wiki. Can't report any video live stream. I can only report specific ones. Cat has a heart shape on his side. Yes, he does. He's got so much love, they put a heart on the outside too. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you. What is that application for what? OBS, Open Broadcast Software. That's what I'm using to stream. No mods on. That's all right. I'm done with my articles. I can mod it, I hope. If Arches first installed, did anyone else freak out during the first boot when only the terminal shows up? You know when your owner is weird when he spends his time talking to a wall with a sheet behind him. That's right. Actually, I'm not talking to a wall with a sheet behind me. Not anymore. That was my old office setup. This is my new office setup. My new office setup, the green screen is on a wall. It is actually permanently fixed to the wall. See you later, Tom. Does OBS allow you to have multiple live cams and switch the other ones? Does it allow you to have multiple live cams? Well, I have that live cam. I got this live cam's my kitty cam. So these are both HD cams. So this one you're looking at now is the Logitech C615. My main camera right here is the Logitech C922. And then, and the SwitchedtoLinux logo, etc. Is that another app that merges? Nope, it's all in OBS. All in OBS. Cat needs to have their hair, they're cuter and not as alien scary. Yep. Yeah, hairless cats, they're so rare because that's actually the first type of alien that came onto the planet, and then they realized that they didn't actually fit in. And so they rescinded all those. There's still a few walking around, but they rescinded all those and came back with fur. Fairly intuitive, and it's cross-platform. Will Cloudflare be the next company to use censorship? They've already done it. Remember Cloudflare? I woke up one day and I was in a bad mood, so I kicked that group off the internet. Hey, Pizza's back. Proton and DXVK allowed me to stay on Linux for over a week now. Haven't had the desire to play games, only work on Windows. Nice. Need ideas for my 300 sub special. I'd say, you know what, man? Make a sub. I know you don't like Subway, so make a sub or get a sub at, like, you know, Jimmy John's or something, and have a big sub. Have a big sub on your 300 sub special. There you go. Had a problem with bandits and Skyrim. Still played it. There were a few quests not go near. A lot of cat hair grooming and still lots of dusting and cleaning it in his household. Too many people ask me who's the pet. Yeah. Eat 300 pizzas. There you go. Can I replace the lens on the Logitech cams to improve quality? My old one is bad quality. Not that I know of. I mean, you can probably get in there and do something if you're tech savvy, but anymore they're pretty cheap, so you might just replace it. I know I actually need to replace kitty cam. It takes me a while to get the kitty cam turned on right these days. I want to replace it. Well, I got you all here. Does anyone remember the command in Manjaro to change mirrors to the fastest one? I don't. Why is nobody talking about the last issue with Facebook in the last days? 50 million and 30 million private data leaks in the last 4 days. It wasn't 50 million and 30 million private data leaks. They had a 50 million... They had an estimated 50 million leaked in the cookie issue. They revised the numbers to be 30 million. A lot of companies are trying to capitalize on the Facebook hate right now, and so they released it as a separate article with 30 million data leaks. It was a misunderstanding. It was Facebook saying it was not 50 million. We originally estimated it was 30 million. So it wasn't a total of 80 million leaks. There was one leak which gave 50 million, but after looking at all the data and analyzing everything, they realized only 30 million accounts were actually impacted. So while as much as we hate Facebook, we're not going to spread fake news about them, and that would be fake news. Looking for Linux games, recommend Insurgency. All right. Face name or reveal. No, Pizza can't do that. He's not allowed. Experienced native Linux games work worse than emulated games to Wine. Yeah. Why Linux over FreeBSD? FreeBSD simply does not have a lot of support. Not know about F-Droid. Is this some good stuff? Replaced most of my factory apps. Yep. That's why my phone runs Lineage OS. There is no connections to Google. I don't even have F-Droid installed. I just sideload all of the apps, and if there's an app that I think needs updated, I just re-download the new APK and just install it. Do you have a dedicated GPU? Oh, that's for Mike. Okay. Software availability, mostly though. BSD makes a lovely NAS. Yeah, BSD does have free NAS. I prefer Open Media Vault, which is based on Debian. I love Open Media Vault. It totally rocks. Been using Minds and Gab instead of Facebook for last week. Not missing anything from Facebook. Yep, very good. Yeah, pretty much. FreeBSD is not a lot better. It's as far as politically, but just doesn't have as much software support. BSD is where Linux was 10 years ago. Yep. Yep. All right, well, we hit the bottom of the stream, so I think we're going to go ahead and jump off today. So thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We had a peak of 96 people watching the news today, 169 total hours of view, average view duration of 30 minutes and 56 seconds, 327 playbacks, and 65 concurrent viewers. Before we go, I will remind you again, you can help support the channel many different ways. Whoa, that wasn't the one I wanted to type in. Okay, you can help support the channel in a lot of different ways. One of those is affiliates. One of the affiliates that I use is A2 Hosting, which is where all my websites are hosted. About 30 websites over here on a rock solid VPS. So take a look at the link here. If you head on over to Think Life Media's affiliate page, you can find all of the lists, which contain 4 different hosting companies, a few other miscellaneous companies, 2 VPN companies that I'll recommend. Also have a look at my Patreon page, patreon.com/TomM, that is TOMM, and check out my shop page, shop.switchtolinux.com. So thanks for hanging around, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.